We can burn we can burn the sage, we can light the candles, we can turn on the soft music, we can throw the oils in the diffuser, we can take a bath. We can do what we can in our space to make it feel better. But when you open the door and a little tsunami of energy kind of blows in, you kind of just go, "Poof." Like it was tangible. Like it was tangible. And I know I wasn't the only one. And and Spirit was very touchy last week. Do you know what touchy is? Maroon 5 sings Getting Harder and Harder to Breathe. Thank you for getting that for me. I needed to know that. Um, so anyway, your sacred place is your sacred place. Do what you have to do. But when we have to go out there, I just don't know what to tell you. I mean, dress in layers, get some muck boots, carry a shovel. I don't know. But I think that for the most part, lots of deep breathing, lots of hydration, catching yourself when you're holding your breath. Everybody this weekend was that it was on the road or anywhere running like they're all on something and driving like lunatics both sides of the road at high pace. Like it was a lot of intensity. And I'm like, even at the gas station, it was kind of manic. We were like, holy crap, let's get out of here. We were because there was a long line to get into the BJ's to get gas. And it was like, okay, now like, okay, never mind. I'm not putting myself in a situation where that kind of energy for me, I'm a laid back, go slow. If there's a lot of people at the store, I'm not going in. It's too peoply, right? So I go at different times or early or late when other people aren't there and try to make it as comfortable as I can. Music has helped. There's been a ton of music on in the house 24/7. And if you aren't listening to Native Flute, what was the other guy? Gibson?
Dan Gibson.
Dan Gibson. Anything Dan Gibson, if you've got like YouTube or you've got anything like that. Dan Gibson has all sorts of healing music and solitude and relaxation, really good sleepy music. Prince loved the birdie sounds. We were playing the Prince, playing the birds. He is just nature, okay? And no words, just beautiful music, nice tones, okay? Native flute, a lot of native flute, because that sets an environment of sacred, okay? Take a piece of your sage, take a couple pinches of tobacco if you have it, put it in a bowl, give it a little bit of flame, and literally take your bowl or your saucer or your shell. You'll catch me going and inhaling it in just to clear any tension and tightness. Just the smell of sage makes me happy. Anybody else? Just the smell of sweetgrass or cedar or those old flower petals that you saved. You didn't want to throw the flower out, so you saved the dry petals. Throw that in your smudge bowl. The Native American here use use sage, cedar, tobacco, and sweetgrass. The natives in South America use flowers, floral medicine. They also like sage. They also have other herbs that they burn because they don't have cedar trees like we do, but they have other trees that they can take the bark and burn. You love Pablo Santo. I know most of you love your little sticks of Pablo Santo. That still curls me, doesn't it? Doesn't it make you just so happy? And have a your like a little teeny pocket knife and make little curls. Just take a couple little curls off the side of it, the edge of it, put that in the smudge with everything you've got in there and light it. And that's a plethora of all the healing protection smells. It's a combination of clearing your space. Anything, if any children go running out coughing, the demons are leaving. That's what I tell parents. I'm like, if you're smudging and your kids are coughing and running out, or your husband, it's good. It's clearing him out, right? It's gonna not overly light and too much smoke, just a little tiny bit, and then put it out. You don't need a lot. If you want to take distilled water in a small spray bottle, you can crunch up sage and soak it. And then you can pour it in your bottle and you have sage spray with water or oil, and you can spray so there's no smoke. But those are some great ways to make your home sacred. It feels like you just left a ceremony or a place of peace, and it's going to bring in your spirit guides, and it's going to bring a sense of peace. And for anybody that has got to go in and out, I think it's a really good idea. On their front porch now, I've left a bowl in the front, and I figure in or out, you got it outside. You can do it at the door. Come on in. You can always do it inside too. I don't think you can have too much of that. Okay. If you diffuse oils in your house, from my experience, and there's Lori's an oiler, be careful what you diffuse because there's a lot of oils that are not healthy for dogs or cats. So always double check. Always double check. The worst thing for dogs and cats are those plug-in Febreze, any of those plug-in things that are down on the ground at their area, right where they smell, right where they walk. Those are very toxic to animals. And a lot of people don't even know that. You're better off taking a essential oil and putting it on a dry cotton ball and setting it on a windowsill in the room where you have the odor. It's up high enough where the animals are lower. It's up higher. So the top of the window or the windowsill works really well. But a lot of the oils, a lot of the essential oils, you just gotta check and look at the thing and look them up and ask the question. Oils, plants that are toxic to animals, herbs, you should know. You think, oh, you can put it on a baby, it should be fine for an animal. Not always, but to check it out. Mr. Prince loved his sandalwood, Egyptian gold and sandalwood. He also loved he liked his Capal, and he liked his Pablo Santo. Yeah, very religious, high holy man. He liked his really good oils. He had good taste like his mother, mothers. Okay. Um, Anyone have any questions from last week or anything that you wrote down after you did your meditation? Remember, I told you to maybe journal a little bit and see what happened. Don't all jump at once. I said they were very loud last week. Loud, not just loud, they were moving. Did anybody get raps or taps or hear your name called? Or it was kind of like around Halloween last week. The energy was so high. So I was in bed and something hit me right, not hit me, but fell the way it came down right between my shoulder blades. And I felt it and heard it hit the mattress, and there was nothing there. And then I closed my eyes and I went to go back to sleep, and somebody was playing with my hair. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, this was set up. The house was a hospice house last week. And we're calling all the spirits, and all of you are calling all the spirits and sending them over. So somebody's relatives or someone that was helping, they were letting us know they were here. And so it doesn't need to be in a situation like that that it gets a more intense, but other people said that where they were, they could feel like anticipation, like electricity in the air. Like they couldn't quite settle. They felt a little bit edgy. And I said, yeah, the energy is, there is something going on. I'm not sure what it was. When in doubt, look up. Okay. We're going to blame everything on whatever they're doing up there. Okay. So each day in every way, things are getting better and better and better. Each day in every way, things are getting better and better and better. I don't need people to be listing all the things that they need to get better. I don't need them listing all the things that they think that they need to be a part of or what they need to do, or I've got to get in there and I should be doing something. I tell people, do what you can where you are. And when you feel that you should be doing more, what you put into the universe, the vibration I want to hear is each day in every way, things are getting better and better and better. It's putting that vibe in the world to try to slow down, maybe what we were talking about, energy that feels a little wonky, trying to bring some balance to it. Just breathe. I'm going to go play Maroon 5, Harder and Harder to Breathe. Might be a theme song this week, but we're going to be mindful of holding tightness in our body. We're going to be mindful of feeling other people walking towards us. And have you ever felt somebody walk towards you and it felt like a spring that was all wound up? Like you're afraid to even make eye contact with them because you don't know where the energy is going to go. She's going to blow. Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. And as an empath, you back away from that. You don't go towards it. You can back away from that with permission and God's blessing. Walk away. Not your circus, not your monkeys. Don't get involved. But you, when you're walking away in your mind, remember we're saying, bless your heart. Remember? Bless your heart. What was the other one? Does anybody remember? Ain't that nice? Bless your heart. There was another one. I can't remember. I'm asking you because I'm hoping one of you remember. Maybe not. And each day, in every way, things are getting better and better and better. It could be your things at your house. It could be the things at your job. It could be the things in the planet. It could be things on the TV. It can be the news. Whatever needs to be better and better and better, let's not complicate it. Let's keep it simple and put that demand out there and put that energy out there to lift. Capiche? We're blessing people. We're saying thank you. We're saying thank you a lot. I'm saying thank you all the time now. I feel that people feel tired, exhausted, maybe invisible, maybe not appreciated. And somebody brought food to my table last week, and every time she came and she left, I said, thank you. When she was bringing things I didn't even ask for, I was saying, thank you. I feel that people need to hear that. Or I appreciate you. I appreciate the good service. I appreciate what you've done. They need to know that they've made a difference. They've done a good job, whatever their job is. And I think that we can do that. And when we've spread that out there, I think you're going to notice people doing it back for you too. That's what I'd like. I'd like each day in every way things to get better and better and better. That when you go out to the bank or you go to pick up prescriptions or you're going to do this or that, that somebody's holding the door open for you and somebody says hello to you or someone says, have a great day. I want you to have that come back to you. So we're going to put more gratitude. We're going to put out more light. And when we walk into any situation, we're going to go in with peace. I am so chilled and so peaceful. I feel like I could roll off the couch. Okay, be chill and just kind of matter of fact. I think people, when they get around somebody like that, they feel like, oh my God, that feels good to be around people like that. Don't we all need that? I think we do. And thus, us cave dwellers, you know who you are. I'm not pointing at anybody, but y'all know who you are. I like to be home alone or home with our family and be in here where it's safe and quiet and sound. And I go out and I come right back with my people and I'm that person. But when I go out there, I'm not bringing back anything, any hitchhikers of any kind of energy that I didn't invite into my house. Right? Had a gentleman hold the door open for me. I was holding it for him. And he goes, no, I've got it. Thank you. And I said, no, I've got it. Thank you. And he goes, just when he's going like this, like, just go in. And I looked at him and I go, boy, you're bossy. And we were all laughing. And the people that were coming in behind him were laughing. And then he just stood there and he was holding the door. And I go, have fun. Right? Have you ever opened the door and like 12 people walk in? So it's the energy. It just makes people kind of just wherever they are in their day, in their mind, it just kind of makes them go, be present and kind of have a giggle. Okay. Are you ready to meditate? What colors did you wear a lot today or this week? Anybody on the orange kick? Orange, peachy orange, coral. Anybody else?
Corals and fuchsias, like I have on today.
Those are the
And
colors I wore.
I am not a bright colored person. I'm a beige and black and white.
Hmm. I was going to say the fuchsia and the corals all week. Pinks, maybe, but mostly the fuchsia, the corals, and I don't usually choose orange. I have a couple things in my wardrobe, but I wore them each day. And I might have mixed them with I don't turquoise and like a Sahara orange or whatever. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I needed it. I yep, it was the energy. Okay. So I'm going to ask today
I did a
that
lot of
went
orange, yellow,
a lot
and blue.
orange, yellow, and blue. What about you, Kate?
I have very few clothes, and they seem to be a lot of grays, blacks, and I have two red sweaters, and that's it. I moved here a year and a half ago and I didn't bring clothes with me, and I haven't bought any. So that's
And
it.
you're
I'm,
teeny tiny, right?
yeah, and I'm wearing my daughter's jeans, my daughter's skinny jeans, and it's been a rough year and a half.
Well, I think I will tell you my number one trick. I can get stuff that I really, really like
Mhm.
secondhand, secondhand, and not pay what I would normally pay in the nice store that I would love to be in.
Mm,
So, mm, bright, you need a color. Okay, pick a color.
okay.
If you're working, you could rock some greens and turquoise or blues.
Yeah,
Probably.
turquoise is good.
Mm-hmm. I would investigate that a little bit, especially in the workplace.
Well, my colors are black, white, and turquoise
Okay.
for my like display thing.
Okay. Well,
I'll-
I think that black and grays and whites. I got white on and I have
Mhm.
black on. Okay, I have black, silver. This is silver. It says breathe, and I have white with it. So what I want to do is if I wear a dark, I have to wear something light. I have to
Oh,
balance it. Okay.
okay.
If you wear a black top, then white pants. If you're wearing white pants, okay, the black top, but don't put all of the black on. If you're heavy with energy, if the world is heavy with energy, black is going to soak up that energy.
Mm. Oh,
Okay. You can get depressed, like you can get really tired, you can feel like your body is heavy because black is a color that ministers are taught to wear. So when a person walks in and they're in need, they grab a hold of the minister in the black as a something solid to hold on to and
mm.
to ground them. Okay. So why black's always worn at funerals to ground people, to bring them back into their body. Okay. But the energy in that funeral home that I'm talking about is going to be really intense and really sad. And where is it going to soak? Where the darker colors are.
Mm.
Okay. So I would try to just pop some color in there with you wherever, however you can, my love, and notice how much better you feel and how much lighter and brighter you do feel.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
that okay.
All right. It's just
Got it.
something you can do that's real easy and real quick. But even if you're wearing the colors that you mentioned to me, go ahead and throw on a white top. Go ahead and put on a lighter color, pink over top of black, or so you can go ahead and do that, but make sure there's some contrast there.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. Got it.
So each day in every way, things are getting better and better and better. That's your mantra. Okay. The mantra doesn't need all the details. The mantra doesn't need you to think about anything where that applies because the words and the vibration of that mantra know exactly where work needs to be done. Remember, your guides and your teachers and the creator kind of knows what you're going through or what you need. Sometimes they know more than we do, or we count on a friend to kind of point it out to us. Okay. So if you're in that place, everything is getting better and better and better. At the end of the day, just say thank you. I always say thank you for the healing that's taken place, or thank you for the blessings that have been brought into my life. I want those blessings to ripple out and touch all the people I love. So whatever blessings are coming to me, when I have extra and I'm thinking of extra, this is me. And they come back to y'all. Remember that we all can do that for each other. We all can do that for each other. It's probably the greatest gift we can give someone else is to say a prayer for them or say a prayer or a gratitude statement about them. Creator, I'm so grateful for the group of people that I get to work with on Monday. I'm so grateful for the spirits that like to come and work with us and their guides and having that time to create some peace and calm. Easy peasy. I'm so grateful. Just go ahead and use that. Keep the gratitude flowing, and everything's going to get better and better and better. It's just a matter of time. It's not our time, it's spirit's time. But if enough of us can make that wave bigger and get that vibe out there in the world, if enough of us can do it, I think we got something going on. We can make a shift. Okay. So feet flat on the floor or crossed, however you're comfortable. Get in your space. We talked about preparing. We didn't call it preparing, but some people light a candle and some people put certain things on and they kind of make the house look and smell a certain way. It lets their guides know that they're there and they're ready to work. We're going to take a deep breath and exhale. Shoulders down. Another breath in. Hold it. And now blow it out. Next breath in. Head up. All the space is open. And from this point on, each breath that we take will allow us to go deeper and deeper relaxed. From way up to way down. Our breathing to become normal and comfortable. Our body to go deeper and deeper relaxed. I want you to visualize, sense, or imagine that bright light above your head, slowly moving down through the top and resting gently behind your eyes, and calming all your thoughts, quieting our mind, feeling that light move and relaxing all the muscles in our scalp, our face, our jaw, around the ears, from front to back, around the head, moving down to the throat, to the neck, feeling all the muscles relax. Feel all the muscles relax. And next breath in, we're going to breathe that light deep into our lungs, clearing and opening those airways, filling our heart, light bright, as our heart pumps that light through every fiber and cell of our being, from way up to way down. Rolling down your shoulders and arms, to your wrist and your hands, your fingers. Everything relaxes. Any tension lets go. As your body goes deeper and deeper relaxed, as the light moves down your spine, weaving in and out, around the rib cage and the organs, down your belly, relaxes everything, clears everything. Balance, balance, balance. All the way down to your hips, From your hips down your legs, the back of your thighs, the top of your legs, to the knees to the calves, down to the feet. From the feet out. Little extensions or roots that are going down through the floor, down through the earth, deeper down, grounded, shielded, and protected, centered, balanced. Visualize that light coming back up and surrounding you in this bubble of light on the outside. It comes up from the back of your heels, and that bubble forms all up and around the outside, all the way down to your toes in the front. Everything in this beautiful bubble, iridescent light, reflecting, sparkling, gorgeous. Somebody's guide said, "You're gorgeous." Shining bright in, shining light out, lifting your bubble, extending your light upwards, above the houses, above the wires, above the treetops, floating upwards. That bubble moving all together. Just feeling filled with light, and everything feels peaceful. It's like there's a love vibe in the bubble. And there's your guides or loved ones, your spirits, totems. Join you with permission. Your senses are heightened. Your spirit is lovely, soaking up the healing energy. Communicating with your mind or your heart to the spirits, the loved ones that are joining you. Mentally inviting them. Your heart open to them. And just allow yourself to soak that energy up. Recharging, energizing, healing to your mind, healing light to your spirit, your body. I'm sending you love. It feels so good in that bubble. You might even get emotional because there's so much love in there. It feels full because so many love you and look forward to visiting you. Touching in and saying hello. Your vision gets brighter with your eyes closed. You can see energy, colors, maybe the light moving or a face. Your ears feel full, like you're hearing your visitors, like there's pressure in your ears, like when you fly. Your sense of smell and your sense of taste heightened. Perfect, whole, balanced, and complete. All is well in my world. Deep breath in and out. As you feel your bubble raising up, if you really look, you'll see all of us next to you. We're around in a circle, all these bubbles all together. All together. As you look down, you're going to see just lights below. You look out and you can see the horizon. Maybe even the sun starting to set. The beautiful pinks and orange, coral, blue. yellow. Just beautiful. And just for us, we're going to look up. We're going to see lots of other bubbles, other lights, other spirits. Some coming into the world, and some leaving. And as we're looking up even further, we're going to see stars for miles and forever, stars everywhere. And going up even higher, it almost feels like we're underwater because it's so dark and peaceful above all of that. Hmm. And now when you look down, you see the beautiful planet, blue and green. Shadow and light. And spread that light of yours out and around. Each day in every way, things are getting better and better and better. And that light moves. Those words echo. The healing energy ripples out and finds other people with the same mantra. And we make that flow bigger. Yes, the energy source, the creator of us all, the God, to fill us, to inspire us, and to lead us to where we can add love and grace, healing, laughter, and kindness. Let us be peaceful and spread peace. Let us be loving because that's who we are. And may we never lose our grace, and may we always have our hope. May our souls always be bright. And shining and shining and shining. If you haven't yet, particularly yet to this guide, ask for your master guide to make them themselves present to you so you in some way know that they are there. Touch, sound, taste, smell, knowing. And what do you need to release and let go of that no longer serves you? That holds you back. And the first thing that comes to your mind is your answer. And to that master guide, you're going to give that to that guide and say, take this away. And I'm done with it. I need peace, no fear. Or as simply as I need a little help. Say thank you to your guides and teachers and loved ones, your animal totems, your pets, anyone who came to visit you. You know that they're invited anytime and they know they're invited. But just say thank you for the healing that they brought you. And we're going to just bring our mind and our energy down from the sky and the heavens, coming down more slowly back through the clouds, and coming down more slowly to the treetops. Looking at the lights below, feel yourself coming in through the roof of where you are, coming down slowly to where you're sitting or laying. Just sit there for a second. We're going to unhinge our roots. We're going to just gently pull that energy up through the bottom of our feet. And thanking the earth for some good grounding and some strength and balance. We're going to bring that light and that energy up from our feet to our knees. And from our knees all the way up to our hips. Feel the muscles long and everything kind of just coming in nice and smooth. As it moves, the energy moves up your spine, up your belly, all the way up through your lungs to your heart. From your fingertips back up to your elbows. From your elbows to your shoulders. And from our neck through our throat. From the back of our head all the way up to the top. From the front of our neck all the way up to our forehead. As that ball forms back into its orb, as it slowly comes up and out through the top of our head, feeling that bubble all just kind of forming and folding and pulling all back into that orb, solid and strong. We know anytime we need to, we can pull that down and around us and connect. Make communion or connections, communication. And one, you're going to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And two, you're going to move your head from side to side. And three, you're going to all the way up as high as you can. Fingers all the way to the ceiling. Stretch till it cracks or moves. Wide awake, wide awake, wide awake. Harder and harder to breathe. Maroon 5 and what? And free, free falling. I just could feel everybody kind of coming down, and I'm like, oh, they gotta slow down. Make sure they don't fall. Spirit had you, but I was like, oh, a little bit slower. Ah, did you see colors? Did anybody visit you that you were aware of? You're such a quiet bunch. Did you feel your bubble get full, even if you didn't know who was there? Okay. Did you feel the love in the bubble? That's the healing. Now, when our guides come in or when spirit comes in, they'll come in with love. That's what they come in with. So without having it separate and not being able to necessarily discern, all your senses are open, but it was all there. In the future, maybe ask them to come in one at a time, or come in and let them kind of come around so you can sense them in some way. Maybe you feel your cheek get touched, or you feel a breeze, or you feel something close to your face or next to you. Remember your light. Go ahead, Melanie.
I felt my ears really full and popping.
Okay. That's clear audience, right? And when that I said your ears probably feel full, like if you're going in an airplane or the barometric pressure goes up or down, sometimes people say their ears pop or they feel really just like they're almost throbbing, but it's weird because it's not inside per se, it's on the outside. Okay. They'll get really, really red. Their ears can get really, really red, or they can get really, really cold. That's all working with spirit and your clairaudience and trying to get that, your hearing a little bit maybe stronger. Okay. So that's exactly what I would put down in my journal is my ears where I could feel and I could whatever. And then they know what worked. Okay. And then they know what worked and what you didn't. And maybe they popped and you didn't hear the pop or you didn't write the pop. So then you would say, this is how I felt it and how I interpreted it. And next week they can try something different so you can get that next thing. Okay. Your ears are going to expand while this energy is like that. Okay. Do you want to know why? Does anybody want to know why? Okay. You can unmute yourself so I can feel like I'm not talking to myself. When the female of the species feels anxious or on alert, it's our nature as the female and the protector, baby watcher, homemaker, baby lover, all the little four-legged people are over depending on us or whatever. It's very, very important that almost like we have those eyes on the back of our head or our ears are extra keen to sense, right? When it's hunting season, all the animals into instincts get just right on point. Any little sound, they start to be very aware of a feeling, and it makes all their other senses come forward. A lot of what's happening in the world where I've talked to people from all over is they're feeling unsettled. Some people don't feel safe. They're unsure and uncertain. So I'm just telling them, just pay attention to your senses. Just pay attention. If you feel like you should leave and they say it's not going to be a bad storm, but you feel like you don't want to stay there, go. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your guidance. And it might be that your place is going to be fine, but they're moving you and maybe you end up helping somebody else. You have to be able to discern, and you have to be able to kind of act without reacting. Does that make sense? Listen, let yourself be guided, and not question it too much. Sometimes I know where I'm going and I drive a certain way, and all of a sudden I might take a different route and take a different thing. And my phone goes crazy because that's not the way we're supposed to go. But then I find out that there was construction or there was an accident or something in that area, and my intuition took me away from all of that. People
call that-
all,
I call that being a meat suit. And that spirit likes to just kind of be us being a puppet,
Yep.
being directed.
being directed.
Mhm.
How many people driving down a road and moving or stopping and not going and something happening in the road got washed? I mean, there in Tennessee, you could hear people were saying, I turned down to go towards home and something made me go the opposite way, to find out that that whole street got washed, right, with a flash flood. Something was telling them to go another direction. And I'm always going to tell people to listen to that voice. That's the voice that you want to have guiding you and helping you. Right? And for people who are followers, and there's a lot of people that will not make a move until someone else makes a move. Do you know what I mean? Like they all will look at each other. I've seen a child fall and 5 adults in the room standing there like nobody moving. Right? And you're the one who catches. Nobody else moved. And I felt like I'm in fast motion and they're in slow motion. They're back here, not moving, not whatever. And I'm already there. Right? That's spirit using you. Like you said, a meat suit. That's spirit guiding you to be right where you need to be. And when you allow that to happen, there's not a lot of control in that. There has to be an awful lot of trust. Because if you think about something, you can give yourself a million reasons not to do it. And hold you back. And what spirit is saying, we have to get to that place where it's not that we're in that survival place, but we're in that place where led by spirit means all the way. I'm in. I trust my guides. I trust my intuition. I know my senses. And if they all start to give me little tinglies or little thingies, I'm going to listen to them every time. And I would encourage other people to do the same, because every group or every circle of people all around you, when you might be the one that moves, they'll follow. But if the one that has the senses hesitates, then no one's going anywhere. Does that make sense? That comes from spirit, is move, go. Don't think about it, ducky, just do it. And that is like, think less, trust more, boom. Here I am. Nurses were taught to act, not to just go into emotion. And when you're in a trauma situation with a patient, you're just doing all the things and you're not going to break down, stop and think, or even cry or have any emotion at all until it's all on the table. Everything's already out in the middle of the room. And then the nurse is going to walk away and like collapse because their adrenaline's going to go out. That is a true story. And you don't even remember what you did, right, Lori? You just were everything before it was even called and it was needed to save that life. You are in that moment. You're part of, you're handing something to someone who's handing it to someone who's giving it to somebody. That's kind of, you work like a machine, even though you've never practiced before with this group of people. Who's guiding you? The spirit, the God, the energy, the source. Who's got the plan? You just got to be there. And if you're standing there, don't stand there and just look, do something. You know, that's what my teacher used to say to me. Don't just stand there, Robin, grab it. I only had to hear that once. Don't wait for someone to tell you what to do. Just do whatever you think you need to do. Right? That's how it works best. Does anybody have any questions? Now, all your senses were opened up and heightened. So when you put your little genie cells back in your bottle today, you're going to make sure that your sense of smell and taste and hearing and seeing all is part of the things you visualize coming back in the way that they are supposed to be, the way as normal, whatever your normal is. We're bringing everything back in and we're closing everything back down. And we're hugging ourselves because we did a really good job. And we're going to journal. And we're going to have sweet dreams. And we're going to hydrate. Not necessarily all in that order, but hydrate is always good. To your guides and teachers, remember, each day in every way, things are getting better and better and better. And if you do your shaman breath during the day because things are kind of tight, perfect, whole, balanced, and complete. All is well in my world. Great affirmations. At the end of the day, amen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whatever you want to say to all of them for helping, because we want to appreciate the energy that's shared with us from our benevolent spirits. And we want them to know that we appreciate them because we're just want everyone to know we appreciate them because that's what we're going to do. Okay. Any questions? You are all so sleepy. Have a good sleep. I think you're all going to go to good sleep and you have good dreams tonight. So make sure you write down those dreams because I think they're going to be they might be a little active tonight. It was pounding in here. We're making all sorts of noise and something fell and no one's there and there's nobody, even the lady upstairs at work, and right during a circle, something just went down over there and they're active. May they come and visit you gently. No screaming. All right, you guys, have a good night. I love you, love you, love you, and I'll see you next week. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there. The mothers.
You too.
Okay, see you next week. Good night.
Love you.
Love you too. Good night.